Greetings all, it is I, Sam Farron, and welcome back to Let's Translate Kyoto Xanadu. Last time, we broke Horsen's mind by telling him that thing that the fake Linon said right before she died. And now it is Wednesday, my dudes, so I will see you in a moment. Okay, I perfectly used all of my cards and all of my CP. That could not have worked out better. Actually, I forgot to use support cards, but ooh, we got very close to an S rank. Which subject is going to be my first S rank? Leave your predictions in the comments. No, I don't know. I've been translating the names. I mean, this is Jim. But the thing is, when sometimes at nighttime, what you can do, I explained this in a previous video too, that you can expend cards and translate them into the experience for the subjects. And I sometimes do that, and when I do, it's always for the lowest, whatever subject is the lowest. I've been keeping them even by doing that. So they should all get there around about the same time, and okay. Of course, the day that I use up all of my cards, or all of my, I get this. No problemo. I actually, wait, did I do this on screen? I don't think I did, but I checked. Yeah, everyone has new side quests. And I have, there's not really anything for me to do. Oops. Yeah, let's do, what's my lowest? I keep, it's because, you know why I keep on accidentally pressing it? It's because the button is on, like, it's on the right hand side, so I keep pressing the right hand button. Whatever. But yeah, on my controller, the right hand button, the button to go back. Okay, we got a lot of Kazuki Senna cards. Their effect is that you get CP back. I'm bloody stupid. I should not be. I want to focus everything on there. Okay, you can get another CP back if you just. Oh, wait, you can get. I didn't know. You can get CP, like the bonus, even if you use 2 Kazuki Senna cards on the same one. Yeah, I'm only focusing. Okay, that's my highest one. Now that's getting pretty close to level 50. Beep, beep. And after school activities, so I will see you guys in a moment. Okie dokie, I'm back. Nothing really happened, although actually off screen, I'll say it later. Hey, it's already been a week. I haven't even covered maths. Oh, honestly, this is why I told you to do the subjects you're not very good at first. Well, leaving that aside, about otherworld studies. Seems like everyone's even more on edge for the end of semester ones compared to the midterms. Why do you say it like it doesn't concern you? Well, it makes sense given that your grades for these tests affect your overall grade more than the midterm. But Fuka, you too seem quite nervous about these exams. Wait a sec, aren't those documents you're reading from last year? What? No way! What, you really think I'd fall for that? I would never fall for something like that. I made sure to double check the books I was taking to school before I came. Ah, you didn't fall for it. Well, I've got a good handle on your personality at this point, Kamiya. So I had a feeling it was about time for you to pull another one of your, stunts like that. Don't think you'll always have me dancing in the palm of your hands, okay? It looks like someone's gotten awful reliable lately. Oh. Well, yeah, I guess I can say now. So, one of the events with Fuka actually involved the head mistress, and we got a bit of important lore about her. Oh, also, fun fact about these cards. These are the only cards I have. I don't know if it says, yeah, it says that there's no... What would happen if I were to use a Suzume card right now? It's straight up just blanked out, okay. Well, yeah, so... the principal... It was actually a resident, or not resident, person going to the school. So she, in other words, is a eligible one. Wait, I ran out of points. I must consider more carefully. So when Tatsumiya on our first day was saying that there was an exception to the rules, he meant her. Like, exception to the rule that only young eligible ones can get near the labyrinth. It might actually have something to do with that mask she always wears, but yeah. Okay, I figured it out. I used a support card that cost 1 CP but that lowered the cost of my next card by 2. Meaning that I barely had enough. Oh. Not there yet. We're getting very close to top. Whoa. Oh yeah, I went all in on that one. Oh, hey, our first S rank. No achievement though. Maybe I get an achievement for getting them all to S rank. Nice. Big things are happening. Alright, is it a Xanadu day today? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh. Alright, that's all for today. I do whatever you feel like for the afternoon. Oh. Good afternoon, students. I am the Vice Governor of Kyoto, Kaburagi Kojiro. At the start of this year, I also became a director of this academy. So I'd like to hold a little assembly to greet you all. I'm currently borrowing the multi-purpose hall, so everyone please come. What? I never heard anything about this. The Vice Governor? Didn't he just take up his post last year? He's been showing up on TV too. He's pretty young and actually quite hot. And he's a director at our school? But why does he suddenly want to hold like this assembly? I don't know, but let's go check it out. Seems like another man of the hour has appeared. Kaburagi Kojiro. He's a former Diet member and had a very important role in the ruling party. Yeah, and then all of a sudden last year he started running for the governor of Kyoto and gathering votes and stuff. Now he's the vice governor. According to the rumors, he's currently heading a bunch of plans to kind of overhaul stuff going on in Kyoto. And there's also rumors that he holds even more power than the current governor. I feel like those rumors must be overselling him. Who knows? Actually, that reminds me, I saw him before at the school one time. He said something about a directors meeting. The board of directors for Hirosaka Academy mainly manages funds coming in from outside, and also technology being offered by organizations and stuff. Honestly, it's rare that a director would have anything to do with the students. Well, I'm curious what he has to say, so let's go see it. Ah, Rei, Fuka. Hey. Ah, Sena, you came too. Yeah, I was curious. Whether it's from a director or a politician, this kind of, assembly is the first for Hirosaka. A lot of people have come too, seems everyone's very curious. Oh, looks like our politician friend is, making his appearance.
Konnichiwa, Hirosaka Gakuen no gakusei shokun, Kaburagi Kojiro desu.
Good day to you, students of Hirosaka Academy. My name is Kaburagi Kojiro. Vice Governor of Kyoto. Sorry for shocking you by coming here so suddenly today. Naturally, I have a good reason for doing so, though. I wanted you to hear what I have to say before forming any biases of me. I'd like to borrow a little bit of your time, so please listen to me. Maybe it's just because he's a bit younger, but feels more down to earth than my image of other politicians. That's probably a technique he uses to gain popularity. And hopefully popularity is all he's trying to get here. Seems like there might be something else to him too.
疑問に思っているはずです。
I'm sure you're all curious as to why I decided to hold this assembly.
まずはその解消から行こ
I'll start by answering
う。
that
大人の身
question.
でここにいることからも分かるように、私自身は適格者ではありません。
I'm sure that you can already tell this by the fact that I'm here, but I'm not an eligible one
し
myself.
かし学園の理事として一政治家としてこうして皆さんの前に立った私の中に浮かぶ感情はただ2つ。
However, both as a director and as a politician, I have two things that I feel when standing before you.
それは感謝と残機の念。
I feel gratitude, but also shame.
皆さんがこの平坂にある異界大迷宮を日々攻略し続けていることで外の世界の平穏は保たれています。
It is thanks to you all conquering the Grand Labyrinth every day that we get to have peace in the outside world.
重ね重ね心よりのお礼を言いたい。
And for that, I cannot thank you enough.
同時にそんな危険な役目を学生である皆さんに強いてしまっていることが私は悔やまれてならない。
But at the same time, I feel ashamed that I'm forced to force this dangerous duty onto you students.
分かっています。大迷宮の性質上そうするしかないことは
I know that it can't be helped given the nature of the Grand Labyrinth.
これは仕方のないことだと自分に言い聞かせてきました。
I've always told myself that this was a necessary evil.
しかし犠牲が避けられないものだとしてもそれを無制限に容認することなどあってはならない。
However, even if sacrifices cannot be avoided, allowing that unconditionally is something that I cannot allow.
214人、ここ10年の平坂における行方不明者の人数だ。
214. That is the number of students who are treated as gone missing in the past 10 years.
これが何を意味するかここにいる皆さんなら分かっているでしょう。
I'm sure you all here understand what that means.
これほどの犠牲をもはや黙って見過ごすことはできない。
I refuse to be silent any longer when this many sacrifices have already been made.
こうなってしまった理由を大迷宮の危険性だけに押し付けることもだ。
And I refuse to pin the blame solely on the Grand Labyrinth too.
大企業や組織に操られ過剰な競争を強いるこの平坂学園のシステムにこそ問題があると私は訴えよう。
I believe it is also the fault of Hirasaka Academy. It is at the whim of so many large corporations and its systems, which force the students to compete with one another. He's really making his attack here. You are more than just a means for them to gain profit. Neither are you tools that can be disposed of whenever. You are the hope of Kyoto, no, the world. And so I propose this here. I wish to uproot the current management of Hirasaka Academy and place it in the hands under the management of the government. We won't just let the students handle this however they want. There will be proper plans in place and management to make sure that everyone is safe as they conquer the labyrinth. I believe that is the way that Hirasaka should be, and I vow here to do everything I can to make it a reality. I wish to protect the future of all of you. He wants to put it under the control of the government? I mean, I guess it would be safer than it has been up until now, but doesn't that mean that they'll be monitoring everything we do in the Grand Labyrinth? Is this really going to be okay? That Vice Governor really came in hitting big. I mean, depending on how you interpret this, it sounds like he's picking a fight. I mean, yes, that is what he's doing, especially with the Rikido House and the other organizations that created this system. Yeah, I reckon those guys won't just sit back and listen to this.
素晴らしい演説です、冠城副知事。
What a lovely speech, Vice Chief Kaburagi. Oh, if it isn't Vice Student Council President Amano.
理事として学園の維持と発展に尽力してきた副知事にはとても感謝していますが、
As a director of the academy, I'm very thankful for all you've done in helping us, grow.
さ
But
すがに今回のような派手な来訪は事前に一言いただかないと。
I really wish you would have let us know about this in advance if you were going to go this far.
恥ずかしながら歓迎の準備もろくにできていません。
It's embarrassing to admit, but we aren't prepared to fully welcome you. Don't worry about it. I thought this was the best way to get to know our students better. So Amno, is the reason you came up to the podium because you agree with what I'm saying? I was incredibly moved by how much you seem to care about our safety and well-being. However, it's unfortunate that the Grand Labyrinth isn't so accommodating. In that case, wouldn't you want backup from the state in order to raise the chance of clearing it? If this were a war in the real world, and we were an organized military, then yes, what you're saying is correct. However, we're at war with the other world, and so the growth, like the individual growth of each eligible one, as well as a like formation where we can act in accordance to like the changing situation, leads to better results. As proof, compared to when this system was invented, or more specifically when it was under the control of the imperial court or the shogunate, the young eligible ones fought for the sake of their duty. However, their survival rates, as well as the results of clearing the labyrinth, were pitiful in comparison. In other words, this current system that we use now was built on our past experiences and the deaths of our ancestors. It's not something we can just choose to change lightly. I've done my research as to the history of Hirosaka, and I understand your worries well. However, all of that happened in old times, back when we didn't even know how to manage an organization properly. That's why that happened. I believe we could redeem ourselves in this current age where we have modern knowledge and technology. It would be a gamble, to be sure, and since you're not gambling money but rather the lives of the students here, I can't agree to that. It seems you've reached an impasse. In that case, I'll get more in depth. There's nothing, or there's no need for that. Student Council President, I'm glad you could make it. My apologies, there was some business I had to attend to at this very convenient timing. However, I've dealt with it. Oh my, Student Council President Rikudo, what do you mean it's not necessary? Due to our arrangement, the ones who have the final say in anything in Hirosaka Academy is the Hirosaka Committee. Everything is decided by those members. Not even Zodiac or Nemesis have the authority to overturn a decision from us. The same goes for the Rikudo House, and the Board of Directors too, and even the Japanese government. There are no exceptions. Though the committee's members are all exceptional, you're still nothing more than students. There's no way you can handle such heavy responsibility, and I don't think there's a reason for you to have to either. I believe that us adults should handle it in your stead. Entrusting decisions that could affect our lives to someone outside the academy is preposterous. We will decide our own fates. That is the pride of us eligible ones who fight on the front line, as well as a compromise for us, like risking everything, like risking our lives to do so. If you still want to change Hirosaka's system despite this, then you should try and find supporters from within the committee, or go through more like official means. There is no point to continuing this discussion here. You're right. It seems I got a little ahead of myself. As long as I was able to let my will be heard, that's enough for me, at least for today.
先ほどの私の言葉をよく考えてみてほしい。
Everyone, please think long and hard about what I told you today.
それではまた会いましょう。
Okay then, let us meet again. Well, I'm glad that ended without issue thanks to the student council president and vice president. But now at least, although what that vice governor was saying was made a lot of sense, so they couldn't just outright deny it. Rather than engaging in a proper debate, they just enforced their own authority. Given that the Grand Labyrinth is connected to eclipses all across the land, this place is of great interest to even outside countries. We've maintained a balance until now by all of those countries, including the Japanese government, agreeing not to take matters into their own hands. And that's the reason why we essentially have extraterritorial... What is that word? Extraterritoriality. Well, in that case, the way the president dealt with it was probably the best thing to do there. Yes, although things would have been different if it was not just the vice governor talking on his own, but actually the will of the entire board of directors. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I think a lot of organizations are tied to people in the board of directors. But they wouldn't agree with a plan to give the country control or give the state control over Hirosaka. Either way, it seems like things are going to get rough, honestly. But man, Amano was actually trying to engage with the guy, but the student council president just repelled him instantly. I mean, what he did was warranted and made a lot of sense, but how will the students react to that, I wonder? Oh, we got a... Wait, do we... Oh, we can view an event for Masayuki. Interesting, I never thought that we'd have that. I'll do it off screen, but I will tell you if anything happens. Also, we've got Xanadu Day today. I don't think there'll really be anything to do, but yeah, I'll probably do it off screen, and then if anything cool happens, I'll cut back. But for now, I'm going to end the video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.